Please and please make sure that you have something awaiting you before coming into the UK. UK is no luxury. You are not coming to find things on a silver platter. We are more or less here to hustle, and it's never easy where one goes to find ends meet. It is really terrifying hearing what others go through after migrating here without anything planned ahead. These people go to food banks and charities to beg for food. Same people have no option but grant media interviews for help. Let's watch this briefly on Sky News.
Dishing out supplies in a cramped and crowded food bank.
Give me one of them. No, this is a different one.
Organisers say they're overwhelmed because it's not just locals who are struggling to survive.
Come and sit down. Come inside. Sit down here.
Some of these people have recently arrived from Nigeria on skilled worker visas, but got here to find the jobs they were sponsored for don't exist, and they're now falling destitute. This woman, who we're calling Blessing, says she hasn't been given any shifts by the care company which sponsored her skilled worker visa since she arrived 3 months ago.
I've always provided for myself. I'm a very hardworking, diligent person. So for me to be here, depending on people to eat, coming to the food bank to get food, isn't quite okay with me. It makes me feel I'm less of a person, a human. I should be in the position of helping, not the receiving end, because this is not who I was back in my country.
The founder of the food bank says she's already under pressure in a cost of living crisis.
Nearly half the people you're supporting are people who were given a visa to
come to UK without work.
And then got here and there was no job.
Yes.
We've also traced and spoken to a number of people who travelled to the UK on skilled worker visas from Pakistan and Bangladesh. They told us they feel too ashamed to be filmed and are afraid of being sent back.
This is most importantly to those that sign up for care sponsorship without available job. How do you think you are going to survive? All this out of desperation, because some of you are aware of the aftermath situation, but you still sign up to it. Getting into the UK, my dear, is not enough. The least you can ask for paying for care sponsorship is with available job. My point is not you paying for care sponsorship. My point is make sure the care sponsorship comes with a job. You see a lot of people in the UK, their life seems to be blooming, and you think all that matters is getting into the UK. Those people have jobs doing. Those people have something they can rely on. Let's watch this other video briefly.
My family doesn't know my situation here, and I don't want to tell them.
Some companies are illegally charging for work visas and then failing to provide jobs. This woman, who we're calling Mary, paid £4,000 to an agent in the north of England for a certificate of sponsorship for a full-time job as a carer. It was only after she arrived from the Philippines in July that she realised she'd been conned.
Have they given you any work?
No, even single day of work, they couldn't provide, they didn't give us.
Visa rules mean she's only allowed to work full-time for her sponsor, and any part-time work has to also be in care.
Do you feel trapped?
Yeah.
Could you go back?
No, I couldn't. I spent a lot of money, and my family doesn't know my situation here, and I don't want to tell them. They will be upset.
Northwest England, we found migrants knocking on care home doors, desperate for a job.
A lot of people often think that once you get into the UK, you will find a job. Well, that is true. You will definitely find a job one day, but it is not as easy as you think. Finding a job can take more than a month sometimes. Now tell me, how are you going to survive before getting this job? It's when you are hunting for that job, especially with desperate needs, that's when you realize that it is not as easy as it seems. Specifically for those who come on care visa without job from their sponsored employer. You are only allowed to do 20 hours work, except that you are working for your sponsored company. But in a case where there's no job from your sponsored company, how do you survive with just 20 hours of work in a week? With how serious the UK net migration has gone, you just want to be careful. I read this on the UK government website. I'm just going to read briefly a section of it. Immigration enforcement officers arrested 105 foreign nationals found working without the right to do so during 159 illegal working visits. The arrest took place at commercial premises including restaurants, car washes, nail bars, barber shops, and convenience stores. These places you can hardly think law enforcement officers will visit, but see, suspects were arrested for offenses including illegal working and possession of false documentation. Employers are equally cautioned. Fines are to be more than triple for employers and landlords who allow illegal migrants to work for them or rent their properties. If you are only allowed to work 20 extra hours for another employer and you are doing more than that, that is not legal. You are at risk of being sanctioned if you are found. Do your own research and get clearer options. Look at the videos that we watch. Watching these videos will make you teary. And trust me, these are people that have decided to speak up. There are thousands of people that will not speak up. There are thousands of people that their families back home do not know their situation. There is no first comer in UK. Trust me, some people have been in UK for so many years and some have just come a year, few months, and they have a lot to prove for that. See, let me tell you something. If you are paying for a sponsorship, okay, and the agency tells you, I do not have job for you, it's either you void that COS or you make smart plans ahead of it. What you can do, or what I know what somebody has done is that she got this sponsorship, of course a paid sponsorship. They did not even tell her that there was no job. She was actually meant to do care job, and you will understand from my earnings and expenses, the video I made earlier, that it is not that easy. So what this girl did was that while she was home, she started emailing some employers, some companies that do not have the ability to recruit from abroad, but they have the license, they have the capacity to employ internally. And then she started telling them how she will be available in UK to start work and she will need visa sponsorship. So these are deals that she started making with companies with good working conditions prior to her coming into the UK. She even had her interview with this other company while she was home. And trust me, this person has left the agency for like a year. There's no one day the agency has called to ask her that, oh, how far? Because already they do not have the job for you. There are really nice companies in the UK with good working conditions in the care industry. But most of these companies do not have the capacity to employ people from abroad. But of course, they do have the capacity to employ internally. But the process takes longer. It's better to contact these agencies prior to your coming. Make necessary arrangements. You can have remote interviews whilst you are even back home before you come. You cannot survive 2 months, 3 months in this country without job. It's not easy. You might be alive, but by the time you will get a job, you'll be frustrated. So please come out of the negative desperation. You just calm down and make smart ideas. Some of you might not like this video, but that is the reality. I just thought to bring this to your notice. My name is Fatoumata Ali. If you are new on my channel, please consider subscribing, like this video, leave your thoughts in the comment section, and please share this video massively to those that need it.